Hi guys, my name is DeAnna. I'm going to be presenting the production department for Andrew's company in CAPSM 2021. So when you're wanting to make your decisions for production, you're going to want to start with going over the financial summary and the fast track reports. And for production, you need to determine how much inventory was left on hand, if your company is cash rich or if you're cash poor. And that will determine a lot of things that go into the decision-making process of how much budget you have for each department, how much you can spend on different things that you need to produce, your production schedule, all those types of things. So moving on, the main duties of production. So production is the process of taking resources like cash, labor, and materials to make an item to turn a profit, as well as making it to stand out in the market against competitors. So the main duties of production department is controlling the automation of the plant, buying and selling capacity, determining AP lag days, and setting the production schedule. So being in control of automation is lowering the labor cost. That is a responsibility of production. Investing in the physical plant by increasing or decreasing capacity, working with other departments and staying within budget to ensure a successful year of manufacturing. Automation is the process of investing in robotics in the plant to lower the labor cost of employees, increase production activity. The key to having a successful simulation rounds and active rounds in CAPSM is to make sure that you control the automation in the very beginning. So by increasing that by 1.0, you're lowering the cost for employee labor by 10% every time. So by the end of the round, if you have your automation set at 10.0, then your employee labor cost will be down 90%. Buying and selling capacity is a delicate balance between making sure that there is enough capacity to store products and not too much where you're paying for empty space. Capacity is the amount of products your production line can produce in a single year. When it comes to capacity, first shift and second shift should be working and operating at 150%, with first shift working 100% and then second shift working 50%. And you have the differences in percentages there because the cost of second shift is substantially higher than the first shift is. Capacity is not available in the round that it is bought in. So in round 5, if you buy capacity, that capacity will not be available until round 6. Production schedule and AP lag days. Working with the marketing department to determine a production schedule and how many sensors will be produced in that year. AP lag days is also determined by the production department. AP lag days is the amount of time in which a company will have to pay back vendors for the products. So AP lag days means accounts payable lag days. So if you have that set at 30 days, you will have to pay your vendors back in 30 days. But by lowering that to 20 or 15, you're making yourself more valued and desirable to the vendors, and you'll get your raw materials faster to continue producing your sensors on schedule. Total quality management, or known as TQM, that is the process of watching, maintaining, and improving the quality of your goods and services. Investing in TQM will bring only positive outcomes for your company. When total quality management department opens up, it will be later on in the round. If your company is cash rich, you're going to want to max out 750, which that will equal out to thousands, but 750 in each. I think there's like 11. You'll want to put 750 in each of those so that you can max that out in the very beginning so that you'll really start to see the turn on your investments for the total quality management. Going conservative in the total quality management department, if you're cash rich, that is okay as well, but still important to invest something back into your company. In the long run, this will lower your cost for production, employees, admin costs, all of those things. Working together with the financial department and researching on how to improve your company from a production standpoint will help bring your company out of a cash poor round if that was something your company was struggling with. The main duties of marketing is to meet the customer's need, advertise products, and follow up on sales. A decision we made for Andrew's company was to run our products slightly lower than the competitors. So for high tech, the max was $45 for each product. So if $45 was what Baldwin was running, we were running $44.50 or $44.99, so that we're just slightly lower and making it more appealing to customers to buy our products over somebody else's. Another thing we did in the marketing department was increase AR lag days, allowing the customers to pay back for their sensors over time. AR means accounts receivable, so the normal setting in Capsum is 30 days, so we increased that to 45, and that gives our customers 45 days to pay for their sensor versus 30, and that also gives the customers a state of mind of buy now, pay later, so they're able to pay off their sensors over time instead of straight up front. The strategic decisions: by opening the Andrews Company internationally, production would increase substantially, and being able to maintain a high level of operation, such as operating internationally, will call for expanding in all of the departments to ease the stress on a single department. There are many cultural challenges and difficulties to opening a company internationally, so you would have to seek the advice of legal counsel and make sure that you're following each country's laws and regulations on imports and exports, as well as following their tariff laws, and making sure that you're paying what you're supposed to be paying when you're supposed to be paying, to make sure that your company doesn't end up in legal trouble and then paying fines in the long run. Cultural differences pop up in every company that has different cultures that they employ. So when opening a company to a more diverse employee base, it widens the margins on education, knowledge, and opens the eyes to new cultures. Different cultures can also bring knowledge in different cultural markets. So if you employ somebody who is maybe more culturally diverse with China or India or somewhere like that, then they may have some cultural advantages to operating with those companies. Bringing new cultural ideas and perspectives can promote creative thinking among employees, as well as increasing motivation. Cultural differences challenges: the interpretation of their culture or ideas can be portrayed as offensive to some who are not familiar with the culture. So if you go to another country and you go to shake their hand and they're not a culture who normally shakes hands on greetings, that could be seen as offensive or as a negative view on their company. Some employees of different cultural backgrounds can feel out of place or easier to be shut down for new ideas. For some new employees with a diverse culture, it can be hard for them to adapt and transition into their new role. There are also expenses to integrating diverse cultures into the workplace from a human resources standpoint. So spending man hours and dollars on making sure that everyone is well knowledgeable on the culture that they employ, and the other employees who are not of that culture know how to operate around those employees. Cultural diversity. It is important to act civilly and professional when working with international customers, because you are representing your company. When you're acting irresponsibly or uncivilly, you are not showing the proper morals. Gaining international business is hard enough, so why risk it losing a customer by acting unprofessional? International cultures. So some similarities is wanting to come to a common decision and make a deal where everybody feels like they're winning. Understanding the value of customer relations. So if an international company is working with your company, then they know that they're wanting to make a relationship with your company to further their company and see where they can increase production on their end. Some differences is the way we communicate to one another, like I said about shaking hands with somebody who that is not seen as culturally acceptable. How different cultures ultimately come to a decision in business. So with China, business decisions come and they take longer, when in America we're looking to make a fast deal and make money off of a quick deal, whereas China will spend the time to make sure that they're getting everything that they want. International economies. Similarities: they're wanting to meet the needs of their customers. the desire to be successful in the market as successful in the market as possible. Differences is the difference in legal systems and tariffs as well as regulations. Another difference is monetary system. So if we pay in American dollars, but we go to China and they pay in different monetary systems. International economies, the need to make their country seem the best in the economy and control most of the market is a similarity with all countries. Differences is contracting laws, production safety, and financial reporting. Thank you guys.